I bring you greetings once again from the most wishful John G. Jones, Grand Lodge, State of California, ancient, free, and accepted Masons. I'm yours truly. This video that I'm making right now is no reflection upon my Grand Lodge jurisdiction. It is totally my personal opinion and views from what I see in Masonry today amongst African American Masons, among Black Masons, those with the skin tone that I have Black Masons. Um, there's a nigga mentality that's going around, and you know I watch. I'm in quite a few groups. I don't say some things in some groups, and I see this going back and forth, and it's saddened and it hurts in a sense when we do that. So today I sit down and I wrote some things out, and I decided to call this video "The Making of a Nigga Mason." The making of a nigga Mason. Not a Negro, but a nigga. One who looks upon his own race and frowns upon it. So if this fits you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then enjoy what I'm about to say. So the making of a nigga Mason. So let's take a look at this picture. So let's say in the earlier days of African American Masons, we was all under one banner. The National Compact of Grand Lodges, or the Compact of Grand Lodges. Whatever name you choose, however you want to sum it up, we was all under that banner. And later on, around 1840 something, I want to say, but I'm going to make sure I get this date. 1827, around 1827, okay? African Lodge number 140, number 459, African Lodge number 459, wrote a letter, and it was in regards to their separation and independence from the Grand Lodge of England. Not the United Grand Lodge of England, but the Grand Lodge of England. So they wrote this letter. It says a Declaration of Independence. It was published in the Boston newspaper, June 26, 1827. And the letter was written at that time, John T. Hilton, Right Wishful, Thomas Dalton, Senior Warden, Lewis York, and he was the Junior Warden, okay, and J.H. Parton was the Secretary. So they wrote this letter and they sent it off telling the Grand Lodge of England, hey, we done. So they completely separated themselves, completely became an independent lodge, however you want to call it. They did that, okay? It's done. It's written in history that it was done. So when you declare yourself independent, that means that you have no more ties. That means you're giving up everything. I'm independent. I'm doing my own thing the way I want to do it. That's what independent means, okay? And you can't tell me what to do when I'm independent. That's what that means. So after that, around 1877, the Compact of Grand Lodges begins to have some issues. Whatever they were, they had them, okay? Grand Lodges at that time began to separate themselves from the National Compact of Grand Lodges, and they began to set up what we know today as state right. And out of state right became what we know today is PHA, okay? PHA, Prince Hall Affiliation, state right. Okay, so all of those lodges come up under that banner. PHA, State Right Masons, they come up under that banner. PHO is Prince Hall Origin. They have the same lineage. You cannot, they have the same lineage. The same lineage. Okay. Now, as time went on, we find that in 1869, John G. Jones, elected the most puissant sovereign Grand Commander, Southern and Western Masonic jurisdiction, he incorporates that jurisdiction. Whatever causes and friction that him and Thornton A. Jackson had, they had. I have my opinion about it, and I'm quite sure quite a few other people have theirs, and really that's okay. This is good for debate. But we must understand Jones has been dead over 150 years. And you people, and you know who you are, you're still talking about a man that's dead because there are other Grand Lodges who recognize the fact of his contribution to Freemasonry. That's fine. That's for debate. It makes for good entertainment. I'm cool with that. Okay, then later on you have International Modern Free pops up on the picture. Okay, we're in the same boat during this time. And I say that because all, including the Grand Lodge of England, considered all of Black Masons clandestine, irregular, and bogus. They did. They considered all of Black Masons that. Okay? I'm going to get to my point. Follow me. So, after that, as time progressed, PHA continued to look for, I can't speak on anybody else's business, but I can speak on this. PHA continued to press for and build, and what they did was they began to downplay or began to be like crabs in a bucket by telling those who are of the ancient free and accepted Masons, international free and accepted Masons, modern free, PHO, oh, y'all are clandestine, y'all are irregular, you're bogus. They've been doing this since day get-go. They have a page called Philax Society. You can pull it up, and it has a list of all the Grand Lodges that they consider to be bogus and clandestine, according to them. But there's not one white Grand Lodge up there, and we know that some of them did not get started according to the rules of today. Okay? The rules of today. Three lodges makes a Grand Lodge. They didn't get started like that. And we must understand also that the origin of Freemasonry is from Africa. That's where the philosophy and origin of Freemasonry is from Africa. You cannot deny that. However, the system that Freemason finds itself under now, the United Grand Lodge of England is considered its mother lodge per se. They don't claim it. It's a title given to them because they organize a system for which a lot of us practice Masonry under, or that same system for which we use to practice Masonry under. Okay? So let's move forward. Now that my brothers of PHA and others have chosen to go and build that bridge with state Grand Lodges, I commend them on that. I do. I sincerely commend them on that. But when you do stuff like that, don't throw it up in your other brother's face. Oh, you can't come over here. You can't visit here. Oh, I can visit here. That's a nigga mentality. It is. That's a nigga mentality. When somebody offers you a plate, and because they offer you a plate, you're going to tell your brother that he can't have a plate? By the natural cause and effect, we should be joining together and fellowshipping together more so than anybody. Instead of me going over to Charlie's house, I should be coming to your house, sitting at your table. We should be fellowshipping together. And there's nothing wrong with fellowshipping with other people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to us, we should be doing that with each other. I don't care whether it's a barbecue. I don't care whether it's a St. John's Day or however. That's what we should be doing together. But the nigga mentality have some of y'all jacked up till you can't even see it yourself. Now, let's move on. So once this recognition was gained, and we know that the southern states don't really care for it. They don't want to have no issues with that. Whether Prince Hall don't want to have no issue with that, PHA, or whether it's those mainstream Grand Lodges, they don't mix in the South like that. Now, there was a brother who tried to join the Grand Lodge of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, and he was turned down. They brought him in, if I'm not mistaken, he was brought in, initiated, and brothers got up, white boys got upset and they left. You have to understand, when somebody don't want you somewhere, you don't go where you're not wanted. You don't go where you're not wanted. I would rather build a relationship with people who want to build relationships with me. Okay? I don't care what race or color they are, but I will prefer my own to do that with. And then once I do that with us, and then I can go out and really make some things happen. But the nigga mentality that some of y'all have is really jacked up. I've been in a Facebook group where a Prince Hall brother calls out another brother from another jurisdiction. Oh, he's clandestine. He should be in this group. Everybody jumps on this brother. You know, why you in this group, blah, 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 blah. And this nigga, he don't say nothing. But he's in another group. He goes in this other group, and when somebody jumps on him, he wants to say, well, I'm Prince Hall, I'm regular, you know, I'm just like you. No, you're not. That's the Redwood. You remember that movie Rosewood? Rosewood, and the brother had the Masonic ring on, and he went over there, and the white guy said, hey, you know what, I need a horse. Remember that movie? And he went over to the older cat. He said, he needs some help. He tells him, he's not like us. He's not. But no, you got to go help, right? And you saw what happened? I'm just saying, sometimes we have to stop the nigger mentality. We really do. And it looks bad. Anyway, let me move on. So, we have the ability to really make some things happen. When I say we, I'm speaking of all black Grand Lodges and Congresses and whatever you want to call it. I say that because if a Grand Master had the balls and galls enough, be it Prince Hall, be it International, be it Modern Free, be it a John G. Jones, General Grand Master of Congress, or a Grand Lodge, be it whatever. I'm talking about you elected officers that sits high and call yourself looking low, that can really affect change in your policy. To really say, okay, I am the Grand Master such and such. I'm calling and asking others to join me in this great big fellowship. We can affect change, but what you do is you shit on your brothers, on your you do that. And then when it happens to you, you want to run among us. That's what you want to do. And that's a nigger mentality. You need to get it right. Freemasonry is about building up the next person. If I see you down, brother, I should reach down and raise you up. Because first of all, naturally, you are my brother. And being a Mason, I should also work within the boundaries. Come on now. So, as I move on, we know that most white Masons, a lot of them, and I can say that a lot of them are cool. I mean, they are. They respect you. You do you, and they do them. They respect that. What they don't respect, and I do know this for a fact, what they don't respect is when you, oh, I'm recognized, right? Really? Come on. Masonry is universal. You can call me what you want. You can say, he ain't recognized. Look, as long as I'm recognized by those who recognize me, I am good. I am so good. But what bothers me is when we have the nigger mentality amongst ourselves. When you see a person, a brother or sister who sports the star, who sports the Masonic emblem, you should be happy to greet them, happy to meet them. Sit down, let's have a drink, let's fellowship, because that's what Masonry is all about. It's not about me sitting in your lodge. It's about what goes on outside your lodge. Every Grand Lodge, every jurisdiction has their own policies and procedures, and that's cool. But when your policy and procedures is jacked up to where it's jacked up to the point to where you can't fellowship with somebody that looks like you in your same community, you need to get out of here with that. Brothers, look, when are you going to stop having a nigger mentality? Start standing together, fellowshipping together, loving on each other. Relief? No. The fatherhood of God, the brotherhood of men, and truth. When are you going to start representing? Real man. Right? Hey. So, until I see you around, until we are face to face and having a great conversation or a good debate, always keep your light on and stay out them bushes. I'm out.